It's fast forward to 2009, and we go 9-7. This is the first year of Rex Ryan, and we won 5 of our last 6, squeak into the postseason, and that's when we had not only a first-year head coach in Rex Ryan, but we had a rookie quarterback, Mark Sanchez. So we make the run late, we get to the playoffs, and we start against the Cincinnati Bengals. And we had played the Bengals the last game of the regular season and won that game. So we start up this one, and this is Shonn Greene. Oh, Shonn Greene, one of maybe the most underrated running back in franchise history. For a couple of years, for about 4 or 5 years, Shonn Greene was the man.
Yes. Yes, he was.
And it wasn't like he was a 1,500-yard type of player, but he was so awesome in a way because he was especially during Rex's tenure, those couple of years, man, he was the perfect Rex Ryan running back. Physical, tough, running, and speed. Man, he was really fun to watch. So they get the touchdown, and Shonn, because after this, boom, look at that, baby. Let's watch that again before we get to, look at that. All right, so you get Shonn Greene, and then boom, and he would go on and score a touchdown against the Chargers there. He had 263 yards in his first 2 games on the ground, and we upset the Chargers as big road dogs again. Okay. And then we're not going to move on here just for a second because unfortunately we did lose in the championship game to the Indianapolis Colts. And what was really tough about that one was we had the lead. Sound familiar? We had the lead 17-13 in the second half, but Shonn Greene was not available. He got hurt and we were done.
Son of a bitch!
Because with Mark Sanchez as a rookie, we needed the balance. It wasn't like Mark played poorly, but we just did not have a running game. And, we didn't have, they had Peyton Manning. We didn't. And without the running game, because that was our style, especially that first year, we had to run the football. I mean, Brian Schottenheimer, he gets no respect. And I don't know how many times I got to keep reminding everybody about the job he did as an OC with a rookie quarterback. They get to the playoffs, and the ability to run the football better than anybody in the NFL with Shonn Greene and Thomas Jones. Once Shonn went down in the second half, we were toast. And then the Colts would go on to lose to the Saints in the Super Bowl. So once again, I guess we had some joy payback as fans. Okay. The very next year, we get to play the Colts in the first round of the playoffs. And this is the game-winning playoff walkover against the Colts. You could see there 16-14. We win this one 17-16. Yeah, I know. Nick just got signed and he's not going to play for the Jets anymore, and that's unfortunate. But I trust the special teams coach. I trust the staff, that especially the special teams group. There's nothing to say negative at all about Chris Banjo and special teams. Nothing. And if he believed, they had the money. And so if he had probably more input than anybody else. And if he felt it was time to move on for whatever reason, kickoffs, age, money, I'm going to go with it. So Falk, this is why we part of the reason we always remember Nick Falk so well, because Nick Falk was a very, very good kicker for us. And might go down as, I know statistically speaking, the greatest kicker we've ever had. I mean, Pat Leahy might have something to say about that. He was the kicker back in the 70s and 80s. He was with us for a very long time. But yeah, Falk. I mean, it's too bad Falk wasn't with us for his entire career, but that's just not the NFL. So that's the field goal, the game winner. The very next year, we get revenge on the Colts. Oh, and there is the touchdown. Santonio Holmes in Foxborough. How awesome was that? To beat the 14-2 Patriots in Foxborough. Mark Sanchez had a good game, threw 3 touchdowns in the game. And this was one of our greatest moments. It really was. This win was one of the great wins in franchise history. To beat the 14-2 Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, to stick it to them in their building with Rex Ryan, year 2. We're going to win it this time. And it was just so great. LaDainian Tomlinson, keep in mind, replaced Thomas Jones. So again, Thomas Jones had pretty much had it that year prior. So we bring in LaDainian Tomlinson and he gives a spark. And now it's Tomlinson and Green. It's a great running back tandem. And Sanchez is in year 2, and we've still got the defense and Bart Scott. And we go ahead and we win this game, and it's on to Pittsburgh. Yep, there you go. Now, I showed highlights of this one for 2 reasons. One, because it was the last playoff game that the team has had, the franchise has had. And 2, because may not realize this, but the team was down 24-0 in this game. And this is how resilient they were. Another Santonio Holmes touchdown. Now you get a Kotchery touchdown. And everything is set up. 3rd and 6. You see where the ball is. There was a minute and change left, something like that. We were out of timeouts. And this was it. If we stop them here, we're going to get the ball back, and we're going to be able to. We have a shot. We have a shot. We have legitimate time to go down the field and pull off the most miraculous comeback in the history of the NFL championship games. And so we needed to stop him. And Roethlisberger, even though he was our playoff nemesis, really was. He never had big games against us. Matter of fact, I don't know if this is the game, but I remember in one of the 2 playoff games, he had like no touchdowns and 2 picks, but they beat us. So here, this game might have been it. So here, he makes the play. He did what he always did against us.
I hate that guy.
Look at that. No other recourse, but I got to wait, and I got to wait for Holmes to get open, and he did. He puts it perfectly where it needs to be, and they crushed us.
Yes, they did.
And we were crushed. And that was it. And yep, Rex is not happy. We were not happy. We were all just, Rex spoke for all of us, slamming that down. It was not good. Especially because we did. It's so weird because you almost feel like, I could have just, it was a nice season, but they were the better team. They blew us out. What else could we say? We'll get him next year. Mark's a young kid, whatever. We were the underdog anyway. We had to win 3 road games in a row. Okay, it is what it is. But no, they get back in the game and they made us care again in the game. And then just when we had our last chance, we had gotten all the way back to 24-19. We needed one more stop, and we couldn't get it. So that was it. Our last playoff appearance was right there back in 2011. 2011. Was that? There you go. 2011. That's how long it's been.